A lot of us go through life without fully knowing that if we 100% trust ourselves through making the right decisions, second guessing every incident that happened, overthinking possibilities if we are where we are supposed to be at this point of life, right? It could be age, it could be body, it could be physical, it could be emotional, whatever it may be. If you're someone who constantly push yourself but find it hard to trust your decisions, someone who is capable being everything to everyone else but afraid to take up space because you are afraid of being judged or rejected, needing people to cheer you on your journey of becoming, but all you hear is crickets, then you need to stick around until the end of this video, because in this video I'm going to teach you how to go from soft to savage without losing the sweet, thoughtful side of yours. We're going to uncover your hidden patterns in your own conditioning that was meant to keep you small, shrink your personality so that everyone around you is just happy with the way you are. So in short, how to be a savage without losing your soft side. So stick around. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Baita and I help women reinvent their energy, attract opportunities by changing their energy in ways that changes their life effortlessly. Without further ado, let's get into it. If at some point you notice a pattern, right, in your life events that are causing you and your energy, your vibe, your voice that requires you to shrink parts of yourself, chances are you are definitely not imagining it. This may be controversial to what you are used to hear. The issue is not confidence, although it can be improved, but that is not the main thing. It is not about pushing or trying harder, and it's definitely not needing to become someone you're not proud of. But you do need to stop being soft in ways that are quietly keeping you stuck. And if this sounds repulsive to you, this video is supposed to be for you even more. Most women I work with, right, aren't actually struggling because they are too soft. They are struggling because they are systematically taught to abandon themselves in the name of being a good person. And at some point, being a good person has started costing your own energy, own voice, the way you show up, and your overall life. It simply means that you need to take a detour. So in this video, I'm going to bring you on a journey towards the top of the pyramid, right? From conditioning to the cost, to your awakening, to your identity shift, and to the top of the pyramid, which is your embodiment. So let's redefine what is soft versus what is savage, really. Soft is not always weakness, and savage isn't always aggressive or masculine, right? Soft is simply being empathetic, intuitive, nurturing. There's so much of sweetness in you, everything that makes you feel feminine and powerful at the same time. Savage in this context simply means you are a self-led woman, a woman with boundaries, a woman who is decisive and isn't lost in all this outside noise. Let's get into why good girl has been conditioned in you. This is where a lot of us are being psychologically conditioned into people-pleasing, into over-accommodating and over-explaining ourselves because we are fearful of being disliked or fearful of being judged, right? Because let's face it, right? We are social creatures. And if someone shows some kind of body language or speeches or words that makes you feel like you need to shrink parts of yourself, it simply means threat to your survival, right? What are you going to do alone? Like, how are you going to react when we are not well received by others? right? So this is where you need to recondition yourself into stop trying to fix your self-worth to being liked or being nice or being good, right? This is exactly how it shows up, especially in high-performing women that I coach. They are super hardworking. They are women who overwork. They work overtime. This is when they notice that they overwork, but they are under-noticed or under-recognized. They don't get the recognition they deserve, right? They often struggle to speak up. They often feel invisible despite trying to do everything and please everyone around them. Does this mean that they lack capability? Of course not. They simply lack taking up space because they are seeking permission from everyone. Let's understand the hidden costs of staying soft or staying in a space where you are abandoning yourself, right? A lot of women face burnout from overgiving, right? They don't take care of themselves because they are giving to others. Whether it's personal, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's in family setting, whether it's in work setting. When burnout is already at the peak, resentment is also at the peak, right? So this is where you feel lack of growth despite your effort. It does not match your actual standard. You know you're capable of achieving more because you're so talented, isn't it? This is where you must notice that your nervous system is actually under threat. Your stomach is feeling under threat, you feel discomfort, you feel less energy, you feel overwhelmed with a lot of things that is going on around you, but you feel like you're stuck in this space. This is a sign that you need to step up your game. If you feel like you're doing everything right but still feel left behind, this is a major sign that you need to start taking care of yourself and prioritizing your self-care before you pour out into everything and everyone around you. At this point, you need to step into your savage self. What this actually look like in your real life, right? Let's define this first. Savage simply means you feel safe, you feel aspirational, you don't feel loud or aggressive, right? This is where you feel like I can say no without over-explaining. You don't need to explain every step that you're taking, or you don't need to over-complicate things by saying that, oh, I need to take space and time, that is why I cannot do this, or that is why I cannot attend this meeting, or that is why I cannot do overtime. You deserve this time. You must give yourself permission to be there for yourself, to take care of yourself, to work out, to eat right, to take time to process all of these emotions that you're feeling. This may show up in little steps that you make. When you make decisions without guilt, when you hold standards at work, at relationships, at your social settings, following through in your personal goals, sticking to the promises you keep to yourself, being effortlessly emotionally regulated without resentment, but you're being firm in your actions, right? So savage here simply means being your grounded self and you earn your self-respect. How do I shift from soft and needing to be liked to being savage and earning self-respect? I don't want to be in a space where I'm upsetting everyone around me. Of course not. Self-respect comes from the savage side of you, right? It does not mean that you're making people uncomfortable. It simply means that you set yourself in a standard where people do give you the space. Because I've noticed this among my group of women, right? Some of them, when they hold high standards, nobody tends to bully them or buy them into their time or waste their time and energy. But those who are fishing for likes and fishing for everyone to include them are the ones who have the highest resentment because they don't hold high standards enough, because then everyone around them bullies them, right? Say words to them that is hurtful, that builds resentment, although you want to be included. So we have to choose whether we want to be soft and be bullied or be savage and earn respect from everyone and also the self. So this is when you move and shift from I need to be liked to I choose self-respect. And although I don't want to upset everyone, but if I cannot handle this space, I cannot pour out to other people. This does not mean that you need more discipline. You simply need new self-concept. Most women misunderstand that they just need to be more confident, that the body needs. But understanding this is huge. Your body is simply wired for safety. That is why you avoid conflicts. That is why you keep yourself small. That is why you shrink your personality so that everyone agrees with you, so that everyone feels comfortable. But until you access your power in a dysregulated body that is conditioned to be liked by everyone, you will not get the power of regulation embodiment that you actually need to stay in your higher self. So how do I slowly integrate the savage in me from the soft side of me without disintegrating the soft side, right? Let's start with a few grounded things that you can do. First of all, you need to pause before you say yes, right? It can feel uncomfortable. Practice one uncomfortable boundary per week. Speak one honest thought you usually suppress. Track where you are abandoning yourself daily. Keep it simple, but keep it real. At the end of the day, it isn't about really becoming literal savages. It is about becoming the version of you, the version of this woman who trusts herself enough to make decisions from conviction, holding tight boundaries so people don't take advantage of you, and take as much space without needing to shrink or needing permission from everyone for yourself to just be. And once this shift happens, right, everything starts to realign around you. And this is where you feel most aligned. That is why I say, change your energy, change your world.